I'm learning Yerushalmi Makkos Daf Zayin. We're starting Vavam and Beis, the second to last line. Rabbi Yechon Shalach leRabbanan the Tamad. Rabbi Yechon sent to the Rabbanan above. Tartu Milan Atan Amr b'Shem Rav. Unless Inum came. There are two halachas that you say in the name of Rav, and we do not paskin like that. Atan Amr b'Shem Rav. You say b'Shem Rav. You fast Tayer le'Yatir la l'Bila Rishenim Bavad. You say that this halacha that the Torah was matter to take a nice looking non-Jewish woman b'Shas Milchama is dafka for the first relation, but you cannot continue on with it. Not the first, not the second, not the last. You can't come there, not one, not two. Only after the Torah lists a couple of things that you have to do. After you do all those things, after all these things, that's when you take her for a wife. Number in the second halacha, you guys say b'Shem Rav, Savar haYev shekarnes hamizbeach kultus. You said that Rav says that the mistake of Yev was the reason he ran to the mizbeach was he thought that the corners in the mizbeach are keletas like a aray mikla, but really not the corners, only on top of only on the gage, only on the top of the thing. And his second mistake was shilei kelet. He thought shilei kelet, and the ger says ve'ene kelet el shabeis elam, but really it's only kelet for the one in the base of Mikdash. And I say not like that. Not the kronis, not it's gag. None of these are kelet. And not the mizbeach. Could it be Yoav that was such a chacham, he's the head of the Sanhedrin, make a mistake in such a halacha? Amar Tanchumel Sanhedrin Barach. He ran away. He didn't make a mistake. He ran away to the Sanhedrin. Kadodatani haruge bezdin neseim liyarshe haruge malchus neseim lamalchus. The halacha is that if someone gets killed through bezdin, his children inherit him. But if you get killed through the king inherits your nechasim. So Amar Yoav mutav sheharag bebezdin v'yershani b'ni v'yagranu melech v'yershani. It's better v'yershani, and he'll yarshmi. It's better that I run away to. I go to bezdin. I go to Sanhedrin. Let them say I'm chayiv misa and kill me, and my children would inherit me rather, rather than the king should kill me and then the king would inherit my stuff. Kat shama shleima kain. Shleima kain amala m'mayne tzarech. Shleima heard about his idea. He said, "Do I need his money?" Miyad v'asireis damay chinam ein m'mayne chinam. He right away sent someone to go kill him to take because of the blood that he killed b'chinam. But not for his money. He said, I don't need his money. It says that he sent Ben Yohu that went to kill Yoav, and they buried him in his house in Midbar. So Midbar was his house in the desert. Yisrael became like a Midbar. They were missing the good that he did for them. What was this good? If he built them nice buildings and watch houses shavach, then he's a shvach for him. It's a good thing. In Tamar if he would feed Tamid Chachamim and their Tamid to feed Chachamim and Tamid Chachamim shvachim, then it's ultimate praise. How do we know? If you tell me that the whole reason he ran to the Mizbeach was to the Sanhedrin, how do we know that the Sanhedrin was by the Mizbeach? The delicious gaza was near the Mizbeach. It's like the Gemara, because it says Leisala b'malas has Mizbechi. Ma'ikasif tamam. What did it say afterwards? So you see that they put were near each other, like the Mizbeach and the Sanhedrin near each other. Tanar Blazi b'Yaakov Emer, back to Hilchos of our Miklat, or Blazim b'Yaakov Emer, Kailat Ksiv v'Prach Tzurach Gdeshe Ritzach Reis HaKaisiv HaHilch. There were signs that said Miklat, pointing to where the Miklat is, that the Ritzach knew where to run. Amar Bavin Kimin Yad Haisimar Lahanas Aderech. It didn't have to say the word Kailat with Miklat. There were just hand symbols pointing to the way they would go. Amar Pinchas, it says in the pasuk Teiv v'Yasher. Lamu Teiv shu Yasher, Lamu Yasher shu Teiv. He's asking that there's a stira. Teiv means he's good. Teiv means you do good, even if a person doesn't deserve it. V'Yasher means straight. You only do if someone deserves. So what is it? Is HaKadosh Baruch Hu Teiv v'Yasher? So he answered, Al Kain Yerich Hatoim B'Derech Shemer Derech Tshuva. It says Al Kain Yerich B'Derech that Hashem shows the Rishayim Derech Tshuva. He points them to Tshuva, so he gives them Teiv extra, and then they're going to do Tshuva. And then they'll earn stuff on their own, v'yashers, then he'll give them what they actually earn. Sholach l'chachma, they asked Shleima, which was chacham, chayte maya, and say, what's the punishment for someone that sins? Amar lam chatayim tir dafra. They create mekatrim that are going to be right of him. Sholul nevuah, they asked the nevuah, this is called nevuah because it's passing Yecheskel chayte maya, and say, What's the einish for someone that sins? Amar lahem nefesh hachatatz. He told us the nefesh hachatatz is going to die. Shalu l'kutshabaricha chaytem ayin. What's his punishment? Amar lahem yasi tshuva yichapel. Let him do tshuva and he'll be mechaper. Hainu ksiv al ken yerech hatarm b'derech. Yerech hatarm derech las tshuva. He's going to be yered to them to show them the way that they should be doing tshuva. So it said in the Mishnah that the mother of the Kohen Gadol would give them food, that the people in Galus, that they shouldn't daven for the children to die. For Gemara, it says Kitzipar lenud kid trur loiv Cain, and it says Kilas chacham chinam leisave. Klal of a chacham doesn't come. Is there taka concern that that their davening is going to help for them to die? We see that Kilas chacham it doesn't help for somebody to daven for a klala that stam a bechinam without any that the person deserves it. Tiftar shayis. So the Gemara answers shayis v'aina. There's a time of ratzon that a Kadosh Baruch Hu mekabel even such tefillos. Kai demar Rabbi Yisrael bar Chalaftis, like Rabbi Yisrael bar Chalaftis said, itim heim l'tefillah. There's time for tefillah. Amar davos nei Kadosh Baruch Hu b'nei elom mishash ani mispalim v'nechat hey eis ratzon should be the eis ratzon. The ksiv anisi v'las l'cha Hashem eis ratzon should be eis ratzon. Zok the Gemara Shmu bar Nachman Amar. There's a mikra. There's a chiddush of a mitzvah of a din. In fact, I ksiv yadaber like him at the beginning of the era. There's no mitzvah din there. So the Gemara Gersa look in Medrash that the reason why Kadosh Baruch Hu said like him a strong lashon because Moshe said lama ariyesa. It said in the pasuk by Yeshiv Imam that he's going to sit with them in the Arim Miklat. Rabbanan Dikserim B'Shem Reb Shila. What does it mean that Yeshiv Imam? She'im Hayi Talmud Chacham Ma'asin LeBeis Fad. Talmud Chacham make him a yeshiva that he could teach Torah. Shloisha Arim Hifresh Moshe Be'Ver Yarden Mishabol La'aretz Hifresh Oichelas. There are three that Moshe was mafresh Arim Miklat in Ever Yarden. There are three that they were mafresh Yeshua once it came to Eretz Yisrael. Lost love him, Hifresh Shalos, and lost love him. We're going to build another. Three Shenem Shalosh. Harei Tashas. Excuse me, is 9. Shalish. You read 3 times the word shalish, right? Tasha va'id, and the word va'id, harish naimash, there's another 3 is 12 verb. Now here I am, shalish, harit tasha va'id, already base. Al shalish, harit tasha vav is 15. For Gemara, I kasiv sheishar miklatiyan alachem, that there should be only that it should only be 6. So how can you tell me there's 9, 12, it's going to be 15? It says there'll only be 6. Zak the Gemara, Shas and Koltis Kachas, that you need all 6 to be active, that one should work. But then more than that, you could have. This that we learned in our Mishnah, that even a Kayin that's just, that if a Kayin Gadol dies, not Dafka Kayin Gadol was Mashach, even a Kayin Gadol that's Marbe, that just had Ribi Begadim, why was the Kayin Ribi Begadim? Why didn't he have... Why didn't they anoint him with Shemin HaMashach? Zak the Gemara, this works like a Shmuel b'Shem Rabacha. Chamisha Devarim Chasav b'Mikdash Achron b'Mikdash Rishon, because in Bayis Sheni we were missing 5 things that we had in Bayis Rishon. How do we know we're missing 5? The Ksiva Alu Har v'Avesem Eitz Ad v'Chavdeya. V'Chabed Kisiv Chaser Hey. It says v'Chabed missing a Hey. Elu Hey Devarim Shechasav b'Mikdash Achron b'Mikdash Rishon. So 5 things missing in the second base of Mikdash that they had in the first. And what are they? H. They were missing the fireman and Shemaim. They're missing the arm. Return. Shemin HaMishcha v'Ruach Kedesh. So our Mishnah is a right to this that Shemin HaMishcha was missing in the second base of Mikdash. Amar Abai Talmud Chacham tzarich lefarsim as atzmei. Talmud Chacham has to be mefarsim himself. Hey, how? Bar nosh de Chacham chadim mechla. If someone is a Talmud Chacham knows one mesechta, v'azal lasar inu mekarin leikadhu Chacham trei mechla, and they're giving him covered like he's a person that knows 2 mesechtas. Tzarich lemerloin chadim mechla and Chacham. I only know 1 mesechta. The same way we see in our Mishnah that when they want to give him covered, you got to say, listen, I'm a ritzech. But if they want to still give him covered, they could take it. Rav Huna Amar, Rafa. He doesn't have to say strongly, I'm a ritzech. He just has to notify them quietly. And the same thing, Klapid the Mishnah, that says that if they come to give him, and someone comes to pay you back on Shemitah, you say you should just know Shriyas and Mishamit. You could say calmly, B'Safa Rafa, and calmly. And if he still wants to give you Yamin, Pshuta L'Kabel, but your hand could be stretched out. If he still wants to give, even though you notify him, you could still take. The same way by us, we also said that if a person... if they still want to give him covered after he says a ritzach, he could take it. My time of Yehuda, we switch it to my time of Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Kiva says that the Goyal Adam, if the guy comes out, the Goyal Adam could kill him, but doesn't have a mitzvah to kill him. So Zak the Gemara, because it says Ki Yicham Levava, he's going to be heated, he's going to be upset. Obviously, he's doing it out of anger and not. There's no requirement to do it. We said in the Mishnah that if somebody was judged and the Kohen Gadol would die in the middle of the judgment, and then they set up a second one, B'Shas Tikmar Din, then you go out only after the second one dies. So Ravo says if two Kohen Gadol's died B'Shas his court case, and then they already set up a third, and then they finish his court case, he goes out with Misasa Shlishi and the Misase of the Shlishi. Amar Ravo. If you need a person and he's the only person that could do something, we bring him out of Gullus. Our mission is clearly not like this. Why? Because it says, it says even if the Klal Yisrael needs him and he's like a Sar Tzva Kiyeh Ben Suri, and yet so you see in our mission clearly not like a Ravo that said that if he's the only person that could do something, we bring him out of there. And they used to pay rent to the Levim. The Rebbe holds that they would pay rent to the Levim for living in the Ari Miklat. They would not pay them rent. And after they go out of Gullus, they return to the office the job that they formerly held. They do not return to the office that they formerly held.